My name is Kappel LeRoy Clarke, and this is FreFloDo. In strength exercise, one of the things that's most monotonous about strength training is you're basically counting reps, you're going through the motion. FreFloDo is about just training the body to move in a very dynamic way. Some of the drills that we do have involve jumping, which gives us an opportunity to work on plyometric training or explosive training, working on leg strength, core strength. I may randomly swing things at your back to test your agility on one hand, balance, and we'll have you do shoulder and arm drills. It's never just one thing. It's never just stamina without strength. It's never just strength without balance. It's never just balance without agility. Why? Because more than the athletic performance benefits of FreFloDo, we have a strict adherence to injury prevention. Not injury prevention like what athletes do when they simply wrap up their ankles or tape up their knees, but really teaching the fundamentals, the movement mechanics that would make you less likely to sustain injury. The best analogy I use when I'm teaching FreFloDo is imagine throwing a rock into a pond. Well, that would typically sink to the bottom. In FreFloDo, you want to move like that rock that's skimming the surface. Now, to be like that rock that's skimming off the surface, you cannot be heavy, and you have to always be in motion. If I look back about 10 years ago, I joined this boxing gym in the city. Now, although I was excited about it, I didn't take to it very easily. So I thought, well, what I really need to do is create that kind of situation, put myself in a situation where I don't have to think of my feet, but my feet would have to move. Well, the light bulb went off. It's like, well, maybe I should shadow box on a treadmill. And that's all I really did. One day I just got on there and I was shadow boxing in different faces. And the very next time I went sparring, it was like night and day. I started to get so consumed by all of this discovery, this excitement, this new way of moving, that I started to spend less and less time in the boxing gym and more of my downtime every free moment I had on a treadmill. Literally going 2-3 hours, and sometimes I have 13 treadmills, and I would be going up and down 13 treadmills. About 3 years into my experimentation with it, I realized, you know what, this is something that's going to be a huge value to people, and not just boxers. This is something that needed to be the focal point of my career.
Launch pad, you see it?
I actually drew upon my civil engineering studies and basically drew a design for what I felt would be the most practical platform for FreFloDo. Now, the launch pad looks like a treadmill, but it's very, very different. Obviously, people use a treadmill, they're usually going straight forward, plugging into something to try to get away from the torture of just moving in one direction for so long, which is why we don't call it a treadmill. What we've really done is we've taken away the display panel, we've taken away the rails, we've basically taken anything away that you may want to hold on to for security. So you're gonna respect it, because it will launch your ass right off.
My name's Kim Devasion. Kappel and I have known each other for almost 3 years. We met in New York. We just started meeting every week. And 1 week, week after week turned into a year. Turned into, do you want to learn how to teach this? I think you could probably teach it. Turned into definitely yes.
FreFloDo was radically different from anything I had done. So it wasn't like all of these clients that I had just became FreFloDo students. I literally had five out of 30 plus clients do FreFloDo. So I literally had to build my business from scratch.
Fast forward 2 years and told me he was moving to California. I said, I'll come too. Do you need my help? And he was like, hell yeah.
That was a bit rough. That was a bit rough. In 2003, I made less than a quarter of what I made in 2002. So talk about feeling the pressure, financial pressure, wife, 2 daughters, mountain bills. It was rough. It was really, really rough. But I laugh when I look back at that because, the world's finally starting to catch up. I've been very blessed to have lots of people from all walks of life enter FreFloDo, and it's not always the type, if there's such a type, that people expect. As a teacher, you're probably not supposed to have a favorite student, but I do have one, and her name is Vianna. She's 73 years old. She's legally blind. What she brought to the FreFloDo experience was truly special, because after her participation, there really isn't any excuse that anyone could possibly give as to why they can't do FreFloDo. Did I have any idea that it would become what it is now? Absolutely not. And I think that's one of the beautiful things about being open in life. If you're open, it's almost like you literally open up this window, this doorway to a slew of possibilities that you could never have known had you not taken that first step. And that's how I see it. And that is the essence of FreFloDo. So how can I teach FreFloDo and not embrace that in the journey?